Yes, I can't believe that you actually talked me into doing this. I can't believe we're actually doing a podcast.
I mean, I cannot believe you actually say yes to me, because literally I didn't expect you going to say yes, actually, because that one time I just one night I just thought about, why don't we just start doing podcasts since we live together? You know, and
well,
then
you just asked at the right time, I guess.
I know, but I thought, because I remember asking you last year if you want to do something with me, like collaborate with me, do any
I said
YouTube
art
videos
was
thing.
fine. If you want to draw, that's fine.
Yeah, but like doing it like online, I mean, not just
Nah.
like putting it on Instagram or anything, just like actually doing it and post it online.
I'm better at hiding behind my art or some other thing.
True.
So.
I'm usually like that as well, but I feel like maybe we should just start something new, right? Since
Yeah, well, that's also why I agreed, because like when you asked, I was just like, oh, my instinct was actually to say no.
I know. This is why
Maybe you could tell.
No, actually, when you said yes, I was like, huh? Wait, are we actually doing this?
Yeah, what was it? When did you ask me when we were out walking?
When we're out, when we drank that boba, remember that matcha boba?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
then
we
when
were
you asked
literally
me, I
like
was just
drinking that
like,
boba, and I'm just like,
okay, why not?
Yeah.
Because it's literally the night before I was saying how like, oh, I need to like do something new. I need to make opportunities for myself, because like at the moment I just feel like I'm in a bit of a rut. And you know, I remember a time where it felt like it was so easy to find opportunities or like come across opportunities if I didn't make them myself. And I was like, oh, maybe Lala asking this is a sign, or like, oh, an opportunity. So I just thought, okay, fine, why not? They're just gonna say yes.
I know. I was actually, when you said yes, I was like, wait, really? Are we going to actually doing this? Because
you
I
thought I was taking a breath to say no.
No, seriously, I expect you going to say no, because you always say no to me. Like,
I don't always say no to you. That's rude.
No, not that. I mean, like every time I said like, let's make something together, you're always like, nah.
I think I think it really is about timing, because like the previous times you asked me, I don't think I was in a great, like I wasn't in a great place personally, I guess.
Just not great time.
You know me, I always have like a billion and one things on the go. And I just felt, I don't know, I probably went through a phase of burnout. And then obviously, I mean, when I came back from Japan, I didn't go straight back to like full-time work.
Yeah.
But I think I missed that. And then a lot of my self-worth was like tied to that. And I was just like, okay, now I'm just sad. But now I'm in a way better place where doing stuff part-time and like enjoying more creative stuff is like more beneficial to my mental health. So yeah, I don't know, podcast is very out of my comfort zone, but hey ho, I went out of my comfort zone a lot back in uni. So you know, maybe I'm just trying to chase my youth again.
What are you talking about? You are still young.
no, I know.
It is too funny. It's just like, I mean, I was just like, because we love to talk anyway, right? We literally, you know, like, the other day, I was looking through our chat history.
Oh my gosh.
And we can literally make a book out of it. Like our conversation. Like, you're probably like the only person who actually, whenever I like send you a very like a long letter.
Even a text.
Not even a text. It's like letter.
Yeah.
And you always like reply me the same amount.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know sometimes I can be like slow to reply because, you know, I don't always check my messages. I think once I came out of uni.
And it's also because you always send like a really long messages. That's probably why.
Yes.
Take
at
a
one
long
point
time
it was
to
also that,
write
because I was
them.
like, oh, I want to respond properly, but you know, this is very long and my answer is equally as long. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna find the right time to respond. But then somehow it turns into like, because sometimes we'll respond to each other, but then maybe I'll add an extra comment about like, oh, and yeah, this happened today, by the way, what do you think? And then you'll respond to that, and then you'll add your own commentary, and then
it'll be long as well. So
we never
stop.
Like 20 messages from you, and there'll be like mini essays.
This is why, like, and literally every time we call, and we're just gonna be like, okay, it's just gonna be like 1 hour catch up.
Yeah.
Not really. It's always going to turn at least 3 hours. Yeah. At least.
I mean, it's just because of phone calls. I'll be like drawing or like I don't know, if you had
Or
called me
playing
when
game,
I'm
like remember all that Genshin
game
night
is the
we
difficult
did?
one.
Oh my god. We will play for 5 hours, but half of it, no, more than half of it, we're just talking.
I think that was the first time we ever played Genshin, right? Because
Yeah.
like when we properly started hanging out was because of Genshin.
We're properly talking to each other, I guess, right?
Yeah, because like before that, I like if I was to talk about you, I'd just be like, oh yeah, that's my sister's friend, and then somehow you became my friend.
Yeah.
I don't say that you're my sister's friend
Anymore.
Like you guys are
I
still
know.
friends, but you're also my friend.
Yeah, I used to do that as well. I used to be like, oh yeah, this is my friend's little sister. But now she's just my friend, my good friend actually. Because like literally, you're probably like one of the person that I talk the most.
Aww.
And it's just the truth. And because we love to talk about whatever.
Yeah, I think it's because we have a lot of interests
yeah.
together, you know.
Exactly. This is why, and we live together now.
Yeah.
Why don't do this,
Wow,
right?
how life turns out.
I know.
It's funny how life works.
I know, it's funny.
I definitely didn't. I don't know. I think if you asked me a year ago where I'd be right now, actually, it was very difficult for me to think about what was next.
Let's say yes and everything as well, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's different and it's new. And now that I'm sort of in London, I'm also like closer to where my sister is. But you're south of the river.
Yeah, I
so
know.
That's kind of annoying.
I'm so sorry.
You don't need to be sorry.
When you live in south,
it's gonna have
London,
a car.
Then basically you just can't go anywhere.
It's just because sometimes the trains decide they don't want to.
Okay. I mean, we can talk about this later because it can be like a whole different topic.
Yeah,
I
know.
really hate the transport system here, seriously.
Well, that's because you lived in Japan for like 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
You got used to like precision timing.
I know. And when I was in Indonesia, I always have car everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So it's never really an issue to go anywhere. But here, I don't have a car and the transport system sucks. So it's like...
But here, even if you have a car, do you really want to drive into Central? Probably not.
Well, I don't want to
have
pay.
a car, but I'm not going to drive into Central.
Yeah,
I like driving
it's a lot of money.
out of London.
That's
it's
true.
convenient.
I mean, I don't care. I don't mind driving, like the city driving thing, but just like you have to pay and everything. It's kind of,
the paying, the constant beeping, the buses.
I have that a lot in Indonesia. Come on.
That's why you're like,
That's fine.
It's not so bad.
It's not bad. It's just like, why do you have to pay this much to drive into the central? Okay, no, stop. We have to stop talking about that. Let's go back to like...
We'll save that for like a future topic.
Yeah, that can be like a whole different topic.
Look at us already planning the future topics. We're like, yeah, this is definitely going to be a thing.
Well, we have to keep like have some ideas, right, for new topics and episodes and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about regardless of like whether this podcast is going to exist or not. We'd still have like a billion.
I mean, we're just going to have fun with this. Remember the like, we want to have fun. We're not aiming for other things right now.
Yeah,
we just want to talk.
I'm not gonna lie, my key like objective to this is just so we can learn new skills.
Yeah, that as well, because like literally we are learning new skill right now, like setting up the things and everything.
Well, okay,
like
I will say the camera work
audio,
and everything is more.
And I keep knocking my microphone. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna have to like troubleshoot that a little bit, but. No, yeah, I will say the camera work and stuff is mostly coming from your end, since you actually have some like knowledge and expertise from that from Yin. But yeah, I'm a complete noob when it comes to this. I'm just observing you. I'm just gonna steal your knowledge. The same way you said you want to steal, my marketing knowledge.
Social media knowledge, yeah. And then like we're going to do like some video editing and everything, audio editing and everything. All new skill, like.
It'll be fun if we can use our drawing skills more in it as well. That's why I'm keen to do the little.
We are going to at some point.
My face,
No, I mean at some point we have to like do this while drawing, right? Somehow, maybe it's going to be hard, but like we have to try it anyway, right? Like doodle. We're not going to like draw properly, but just like
Yeah, especially because it's one of the things that is also like what made us closer, because we were like drawing. It was literally when my sister was taking me to meet you. She was like, "Oh, I think you'll like her a lot because she likes the same things as you."
She likes Japan and she loves to draw.
Yeah.
And she loves anime and manga.
It wasn't even that you like Japan. It's that, oh yeah, Lala lived in Japan for a long time. So if you want to learn Japanese, you can talk to her. But I was very shy and I did not, in fact, ask you anything about Japanese except
That is not
one
true.
time
That is
where
not
I needed your help
true.
spell checking something.
No, I remember you talked to me though.
I didn't talk to you in Japanese.
No, not in Japanese, but like
Maybe I asked you questions about Japanese,
yeah,
but I
the
definitely
first
didn't
time
talk
we
to you
met.
in Japanese.
The first time we met, I remember because I didn't even know that. I think your sister mentioned it lightly. Oh, I'm going to bring my little sister, but that's it, kind of thing. So I don't know, like, oh, okay, that's random. That was very random. But then the more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I met you, and then I learned that you also like Japan,
Yeah.
and you also want to learn Japanese, and you
Yeah.
also love drawing, and you showed me your Instagram with like few thousand people on it already, and I was like,
Wow, those
wow.
are the days. Those are the days.
Wow, this is actually so much cooler than me.
Oh
kind of
my god,
thing.
no! Oh my gosh, no!
That was 8 years ago.
I can't believe you even thought that.
No, I think it's
wow.
cool. No, seriously, you already have like few thousand people on your Instagram, like the followers of your Instagram.
Yeah, that was
at
back in the
time.
days where
Yeah.
growing it was. I was like at the tail end of that, where it was kind of still quite good to like grow an account there. And then
Yeah.
I think by the
It
time
is harder now, right?
I was halfway through
Kind
uni,
of.
it plateaued. And these days, I'm very not. I really should get active again on there, but I'm actually using other apps at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
this is what I'm going to steal from you. How to reach like how to like have like lots of followers and stuff.
I don't know if I can give advice on that because I didn't really have a plan. I just posted, and then if people happen to interact, I'll interact, and that's how I grew a small community at the time. But I don't think I'm exactly poster child for that, given the current state of my Instagram account.
This is also can be a good topic, by the way.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
grow your Instagram and stuff like that. And yeah, okay, we're just
well,
going to put
I
it
don't
out.
know. you know. I mean, yeah, I think maybe we can put some feelers out there and see what people might be interested in.
Yeah,
if,
I mean,
if
people
we
probably
ever
will
run out of
too.
ideas to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to run out of ideas to talk about.
I don't
let's be
think so
real.
because we love to talk so much. Like literally, we're just going to be in the kitchen. I'm going to try to cook, and you will not stop talking to me while I'm cooking.
You make it sound like I can't stop talking.
No. I also love talking to you. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, future episodes, if we're really doing this, we just have so many things we can just ramble about. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's what people would necessarily want to hear, but it's stuff I like talking about. Since we have all those interests like languages, I want to know more about like Indonesia. I want to hear more about like your life before.
Your life before.
Yeah, like what's it like growing up in Indonesia, or like like I want to know what's different between your childhood and like mine, for example. I get that thing, like sometimes when you walk past a stranger, you get that kind of feeling where it's like, wow, they have a whole life that they've been living and will live, but you will never know anything about it, right? I get that a lot, and I'm always so curious about this. I would want to do less talking. I just want to hear you talk about that. Yeah,
I mean, we can do that. We can have like one episode of talking about like our childhood.
Yeah,
That would be nice as well, right?
Yeah, and
that is one thing we never really talk about, really.
Yeah, we tend to talk more about the stuff that
Just random things like Demon Slayer.
Yeah, we can totally talk about that. I think that'll be a popular topic. I mean, I don't know if anyone will care about our opinion, but we both have a lot of opinions about the format of certain things.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it a movie?
Okay, no, let's not go
I'm gonna
into
get you
that
riled
right
up.
now. No.
So yeah,
But
okay,
yeah.
so we've got life in London, childhood stuff,
living abroad, because we both kind of. Yeah, I mean, I live in
What do you mean,
three
kind of?
different countries.
You definitely lived abroad.
Yeah.
You lived abroad a lot longer than I did. So we've got Japan. We can talk about. I can talk a bit about France.
Yeah, and French.
And French.
And Japanese.
Yeah, so we can talk
language.
about languages as well.
We're probably going to talk about language a lot because we both speak few different languages, right?
Yeah.
So
And probably because you'll say like a word and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Or I'll
exactly.
say something and you're like,
just
huh?
remember the other day when we were talking about like goodbye. Okay, we are not
Oh
going
my
to go
gosh.
into that
We
again,
can
but
do
like
an episode on what
we are
talked
going to do
about for
episode on that because it's
goodbye.
very, very, very interesting.
Okay, but then what if like people comment as like, what's that girl talking about? That's not what that means. Okay, but in my personal experience, that's what that means. Okay,
Yeah, come on,
disclaimer here.
Yeah, we are just having
We're just
conversation
talking from personal
here.
experience.
Yeah, this is just like two people talking like
Okay.
about random and fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
like-
I think we've got a lot of ideas we can.
The thing
talk
is,
about.
the thing that I really don't want to talk about is just like sensitive topics like religion or like politics, things like that. I'm probably never going to want to go into that kind of thing, but like
No.
anything fun, whatever that is, relationship, that will be
Yeah.
so fun to talk about as well.
Yeah, I just want this to be a
Life in
chill
general.
thing because many things in my life are not chill.
Are you talking about your life? Not chill? Okay. My life is very chill right now. Not. But I mean, I don't really want to talk about anything dark on our like pilot episode, so
Yeah.
maybe later when we go through like more episodes,
Yeah.
I will definitely talk about my chill life.
Okay.
My chill life. Ugh.
Okay, cool. Okay, so mental note made. So we've got languages, childhood. We should definitely talk about food.
Food, yeah.
Life in London.
We
I think
can-
that can be a big topic.
You know what we
talk
can
about.
do that would be really fun? We can like have like, I don't know, snacks or something, and then we can try all the snacks while we're talking.
Okay, I
as
really
well.
need to animate my face. I don't want to.
Oh my god, I keep talking. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. I don't mind doing that. I really love watching those kind of videos actually, where people try snacks. There's like
Yeah.
is it Emmy Made channel? She does like MREs, like meals ready to eat, like what they eat in military. But she did different countries, and that's so cool. I don't think we
that
could
is
get our
very,
hands
very
on any of those,
interesting.
but we could definitely do snacks.
We can do like Indonesian snacks
Oh
or
my
like Chinese snacks or whatever, Japanese snacks.
We're gonna be
or
spending
whatever.
a pretty penny on those going to the Asian supermarket.
Yeah, but if it's like Japanese snacks, I can like literally make people send it to me and stuff. as well.
You're gonna make them send them.
Yeah, because I have friends.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna look forward to that episode the most purely because we get to eat.
Yeah, or like just trying all the boba.
Oh my
here.
gosh! Oh my god! But boba here is
Yeah,
so expensive.
I know it's really expensive. I can't.
Oh my god!
But like the other day, that boba we drank while we were talking about starting this podcast is like probably still my favorite. So
Did you try the hot one yet? You haven't yet, right? You
No.
tried the cold one.
I
think
tried the
hot
cold one.
You should get the hot one.
I don't know. I feel like
I know you're a cold drink girly, but the
I-
hot one was great.
I feel like even if it's like going to be very cold outside, I will still prefer the cold drink.
Well,
That's the
I'm a
hot-
hot drink in hot weather and a hot drink in cold weather, so
Oh my god. I'm from Indonesia, okay? Everyone, we always drink cold. Well, maybe not everyone, but like most of us,
yeah, majority.
because it's a hot country.
Yeah,
You know that.
I think I don't know, maybe I'm just becoming an old Asian granny. I just, I even order hot water now when I go out.
I mean, hot water is fine. I feel like hot water is fine, but like hot tea, hot tea is very fine. When it's like sweet, like a sweet drink
Tea? Oh, you
kind of
prefer it
thing, I
cold.
prefer it cold because I feel like it's more enjoyable for some reason. I don't know why.
Both are fine. I typically don't drink super, super sweet anyway.
That's true. You're savory. You prefer savory.
I am a potato.
You are a potato.
Well, I'll become one with the sheer amount that I consume. But, yeah, okay. So I guess let's wrap it up for now.
Wrap it up. Okay.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of topics that we can talk about.
Is there anything else you want to like, what kind of topic you don't want to touch as well? Is there anything you don't want to talk about?
I think I'll think of those as they come up.
Okay.
But I have a similar mindset as you. I'm not going to go out of my way to talk about sensitive topics because I want this. I already consume my daily news. Consuming daily news is like every morning, like a mini dose of like depression.
It's depressing, right?
Yeah.
I also know.
So I already do that every morning for about 30 minutes. So whatever we're going to talk about in our 10 to sometimes 30 minutes, I guess, will be happier, fun stuff.
Well, sometimes it's going to be dark. If the topic is about me, generally.
Maybe.
But like, yeah, it should be fun.
It's fine. You can bring the dark humor. I'm fine with dark humor.
You're fine with it. I mean, everyone who listens to this, please, if you are not cool with dark humor, do not listen to this podcast.
Maybe we'll just put like a warning, dark humor present in this episode. We probably won't have it all the time.
Well, no, not good. No, well, obviously, I don't know actually, because sometimes it just slip.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, you can just edit it out, I guess. Sometimes if it's like too much, but like I love dark humor, and it's going. Thank you for watching
or listening.